first of all, it has to be their salon. That's critical. You know, it's their salon, and it's their love and passion. And then what we do is support them. And we generate a lot of we bring a wealth of information with us based on our background and all the things that we've been able to, through trial and error, to accomplish. And a lot of those programs, you know, are teaching people how to train future leaders, how to empower them to be leaders, how to be able to allow them to grow. And the only way they can grow is oftentimes, is making mistakes. Now, obviously, we have to coach. We can't afford it. When I say make a mistake, I'm not talking about, you know, bleaching somebody's hair and their hair falls off. Okay, but we are talking about, you know, making mistakes, making a decision that might not have been the right one, but allowing them to think for themselves. Because in the end, no matter how many systems you have, it's all about interpretation. And if you give people the freedom, empower them to make decisions, then they become better interpreters. How many times you've gone somewhere to say, well, this company policy, we don't do that. You know, that's the worst thing in the world. You know them as well as I do. 10% of the time, the hell with company policy. You know, there's a person comes here that we dearly love. They spend $8,000 a year in our establishment. We've got this small little issue. They need to be able to think on their feet. They need to be able to take a chance. And if they make a mistake, who can it hurt? The worst thing that happens is the customer benefited. Maybe they got something they shouldn't have, but who cares? Well, I think communication with a client, I think most hairdressers don't think of themselves as consultants. So you're talking about directly to the hairdresser to the client. And they don't think about themselves as consultants. They think they got into the business to be creative. And that's important. But we are working, our canvas is another human being. Okay, our canvas is not just blank and we just throw paint on it. So we have to collaborate, and we have to know how to work with a human being. Well, the best collaborations come from simpatico, come from give and take, come from a connection, a mental connection. And we have to build that connection with the client and build a picture for them, to an imaginary, so to speak, of what they can be or what they could look like. But until we build that imaginary, if we can't do that, then there's no reason to come back. And you can only do that by thinking in terms of a consultant. Because you're consulting and solving problems, not just creating a style. Because you have to collaborate with somebody. So in order to create the style, you have to know and work with their persona and understand what issues, if there are any, whatever they may be. And you know, the issue with hair is very personal. It goes back in history, how important, you know, look in the old days, people send a lock of love in a letter from France to England, you know, to a lover. I mean, that's how important some of the significance of hair. Tribes, warriors, wore hairstyles, the Cossacks. I mean, it's such a microcosm of the human person, the human experience. So that's why it's important.